So, Karan, I wanted to ask you about this first. I mean, obviously, you as head and founder of Cobra Beer, how is this affecting your business? I can only assume badly. And what's your view in terms of how we begin to come out of this? Duncan's there is talking about SMEs in particular. Small and medium-sized enterprises, I should say.
There's no question about it. This is the worst possible crisis. It's a living nightmare for the business sector, not just in the UK, but around the world. It's a demand shock, it's a supply shock, it's a domino effect, it's everybody in the supply chain. In our case, we supply thousands of restaurants, and basically they're all shut. They're not allowed to operate. Some of them do takeaways, but that's only a small amount. They have no revenue. So that directly affects us, and the vast majority of our sales are foundation of the restaurants. We can supply supermarkets, but again, over there, with the production, we can't produce because a lot of our staff are not, for safety reasons, not working. So our production is reduced. So even our supermarket sales are not as high as they could be. So we're affected very badly. But we hold webinars with the restaurants every week, and they are crying. They've run out of cash already. And
so are the loans that have been a huge amount of money that has been provided by the government, is that not working?
Full credit to the government. They did a great job right at the beginning. £330 billion, £60 billion of employee support, rates being free for a year for retail outlets, being allowed to delay your taxes, delay your VAT, landlords not being able to throw you out for 3 months. All sorts of help, which has been fantastic, grants as well. But the one help that businesses need is cash now. And that's the CBILS loan, the Coronavirus Business Interruption Loan Scheme, particularly the one for under £45 million turnover companies. And that's not working as well as it should.
And why is it not working?
Well, 300,000 businesses have applied to these loans. There are over 40 banks that are authorised to give them. And at the moment, the government guarantees 80% of these loans. Out of those 300,000, just 6,000 have actually been given the loans over 3.5 weeks later.
So what's the problem then?
And only £1 billion out of the £330 billion. And I think the main reason, and I've been saying this right from the beginning, we've got to be like Germany's doing, like Switzerland is doing, where there the government guarantees 100% of the loans up to £500,000, equivalent roughly. In Switzerland, they guarantee to give you that money within 48 hours. I know of businesses there that have got the loan, applied it within 12 hours. So we need to guarantee loans for a limit, for example, £500,000, because it's mainly the SMEs, the small and medium-sized enterprises, that need this help.
And the issue
if we give that 100% guarantee, then the banks will be able to lend that money
because they won't be
confidence.
Worrying about being liable for the 20%.
For that 20%. And for the sake of the 20%, the government is going the extra mile. There's £200 billion of quantitative easing. Interest rates at 0.1%, the lowest since 1694 when the Bank of England was founded. I mean, you've got to give credit to the government for what it's doing. Do this little extra bit, and the money will flow through. And then the businesses will get the cash they need now. And they need the cash. What's the point of all these other measures? The employee support scheme, which is fantastic, giving £2,500 a month up to 80% of salaries, is great. But if the company isn't surviving when we come out of the lockdown, they need the cash to survive. And I think that 100% will do it.